Hi everybody, Adam here with a plugin review. I like to call this a plugin raw review because I have not configured this plugin yet. This plugin is called simply Slideshow plugin, and you can find it at slideshowplugin.com. I've been around WordPress for many years now, and I've used a lot of different slideshow plugins, but I had a client who needed a special need, and I found this slideshow plugin called Slideshow plugin. It is a premium plugin, just a disclaimer there, and I have purchased the developer version of that without even using it yet, just after reading through the features, how it works, and the demos. So I'm going to go ahead. I've got the plugin installed here on my dev site. And you can see after you install it, you have here in your plugin area, you can see it's Slideshow plugin, version 1.1 by Ursa Anzar, and I did a bit of investigation on her name, and she seems to be an active affiliate marketer, which in and of itself is not a bad thing. There's a lot of quality people out there doing affiliate marketing, and I read a few forum posts by her, and she seems to be pretty legit. I could be wrong, so I'm just adding that as a disclaimer now. So you've got the slideshow here listed in your plugins, and once you install it, it puts another menu item right over underneath your settings tab. So it has a couple of main items here. The main menu for slideshow is here. You can add an album. This will show all the albums that you currently have. So I'm going to go ahead and add an album named Demo. And I'm going to have to zoom out here so I can see a little better. Okay, so it's created an album named Demo. I hover over, I can edit or delete, and it's got a date created. So let's go ahead and edit this demo album. And it looks like you can do a few things here. I have looked at this, so I am familiar a little bit. You've got the slideshow title, which is demo, and of course you can edit that there. The description of your slideshow, and it's got a complete visual editor here, which is nice. And below that you've got contact. Not quite sure where this information is going to show up in our slideshow, but I'm sure we'll find out. You've got a website field. Enter the URL including blah blah blah. So that must be for adding a URL to an entire slideshow, perhaps. Then you've got some options here. Start automatically, yes. Play in a loop, yes. Music with plugin. At this point, I'm going to choose no. Select music file. If you did choose yes, max upload size. Slideshow length and interval 5 seconds. As these are all default settings, of course. Enable location map. I'm not going to do that now. You can enter a latitude and longitude if you're into that sort of thing, which I'm not. Paste the following code anywhere on the blog. This is the short code for this particular slideshow. This is a nice feature that I've seen in a lot of recent plugins where they're generating the short code for you when you're editing whatever it is that's creating a shortcode. It's a really nice feature. Then you don't have to go back and look at the instructions and figure out what's going on in case you forget it. And then you've got your image upload. So it looks like it asks for an image title. You browse to the file, click upload, and then it lists your images here. So let's go ahead and add a few images here. And I do have an image. Where's my image folder here? Let's see. Images, slideshow examples. I did export a few images here, so I would have some ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and upload that. And I'm just going to zoom out here so we can get an overview of what we've got going on here. I'm going to go ahead and copy that shortcode right now. Okay, so it's listed the image that I've uploaded. I can view or delete it. Let's go ahead and add image number 2. Now, let's see, here we go. And we'll upload that. Okay, and we're going to upload one more image, number 3. These images that I'm uploading, these sculptures, are some of my favorite. That's, of course, Bill Murray from his character in Caddyshack, and then this one is Mel Brooks. If you're not familiar with Mel Brooks, he made such greats as Blazing Saddles and History of the World Part 2. I highly recommend watching both of those. So before I add this album, let's go ahead and add some text into the description area. So when we do put in our album, we'll know where this text is generated. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save my slide order. I wonder if that updated the text. It did not. Ooh. I'm not a big fan of that. Of course, that's probably not the intended usage, so I just did it wrong. But rule number 1 of web development is however many steps you put in to try and account for how users will interact with your application, it will never be enough. Okay, I've got a website URL. I'm going to update the slideshow. Okay, so I've got my slideshow here. I've got 3 images in there. I'm going to go ahead and go to my demo page that I have set up, and I'm going to go ahead and edit that. And I'm in visual editor mode. I'm just going to put in the shortcode here, update that, and view the page. And there's my slideshow. So you can see up here it does put the slide name. Well, let's see. Okay, so it does put the slide name in the upper left here, and as it transitions through, which is a nice little feature. Okay, and it looks like it's doing some auto cropping of my photos. And let's see what happens if I hover over the slideshow. Okay, I've got the description. Ooh, let me back off of that for a minute. You can see the description, contact, and website are listed there. And if I hover over description, that's when the description comes up. If I hover over contact, that's when the contact comes up. And the website, you can't see it here, but it will lead me to example.com, which of course isn't a valid website. So those are pretty nice features, so right out of the box. And I believe there are some settings to be had per slideshow. So let's go ahead and edit this page. And I can edit the width and height of the slideshow on the fly, I believe. So let's go ahead and change this width. Let me get in closer here. Change this width to, let's say, 640. And let's leave the height the same and see what happens there. Go ahead and view the page. It's hard for me to see the full screen here, so I have to keep zooming in and out. Oh, and you can see that did a fairly nice job of changing the width of the slideshow, but it looks like there's a black bar with the extra space there, and I think that is due to the original image size, because you can see the Bill Murray and the Mel Brooks images there have the black line, but this next one, photo number 1, does not. And I know for a fact that that is a larger photo, so maybe that's the case. I don't know. Well, let's see if there's any settings here. If you go to the main slideshow, there are basically no settings, just your individual slideshows. So I wonder if let's try and upload the Bill Murray and Mel Brooks photos again. And okay, they're 600 by 800. Okay, so they are shorter than the 640. So for the width, so that makes complete sense. So it looks like it did resize the image number 1 on the fly, which is pretty slick, I'd say. So let's go ahead and end that here. That is the slideshow plugin. You can find it at the link below the video. Just again, that is an affiliate link, and only because I believe in this slideshow. It looks pretty useful, pretty straightforward. You can just make a bunch of slides, use the shortcode to insert into a post or page. Probably also be able to insert that into your theme template. I would imagine. I haven't looked too much into it, but I'm sure it's doable. So there you go. Slideshow plugin.